What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
On today's program, we are going to be joined first by Sheryl VanHorn and Yendi Parker. Sheryl is an office administrator at Arizona Baptist Children's Services, and she's also the leader of New Life Pregnancy Center. She will be joined by Yendi Parker, who is a foster care advocate, and she's currently on the journey towards adoption. So we're going to be talking about foster care and adoption with them, as well as Marizza and Raquel. They are both owners, mother and daughter duo for a Revival Fix. It's a vintage clothing store in downtown Yuma. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon. And Johnny, how are you doing this morning?
Yes, so you were gone yesterday, and I was all right. I was able to do it. I didn't have my co-host. But today, I'm glad you're here because if you could hear my voice, I almost lost it. I was on the verge of losing it last night. I hosted the 2026 Yuma County Fair Demolition Derby last night.
Yes.
And,
Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. And when you do that, you got to really get into it and get them hyped and stuff, and you feed off of the crowd, and then by the end of it, I was like, oh my goodness, if I don't pull back, I'm not going to be able to do the show tomorrow. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So
well, thank you for being here. We'll make it through. But our guests this morning are Sheryl VanHorn with the Arizona Baptist Children's Services and New Life Pregnancy Center, and she's been on the show before. Yendi Parker with the Arizona Supreme Court Foster Care Review Board. Thank you for both being here this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
So today we're going to be talking about, obviously, the foster care adoption. And is it correct, Yendi, that you're going to adopt?
Yeah, so my husband and I, we went through the foster care training through the state so we could be foster parents. And we're also hoping to adopt as a family.
Mm-hmm. So then how did you get hooked up with Sheryl? Is that why, or do you know her? Because you seem to know everybody, Yendi. That's the thing.
Well, she's been helping our family, been crucial part of our journey to hopefully adopt one day very soon. So she's been my go-to. We're working with her and her agency to find our child.
Okay. And so let's go to Sheryl. So how long have you been working for these agencies? Because there's 2 different ones, and are they housed in the same place, or?
I've been with Arizona Baptist Children's Services 20 years. I just passed my 20-year mark.
20 years. Congratulations.
So we have ABCS, and then we have different ministries under it. So we have New Life Pregnancy Center, we have New Life Counseling, and then we have Arms of Love Foster Care, which we'll kind of highlight today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's 20 years, and you've been involved with all of them for the 20 years, or?
We started out, and we just had the pregnancy center, and we had a counselor doing New Life Counseling, and then it just grew by the grace of God. It just grew and grew and grew, and I've been supervising foster care for, I think, going on my 3rd year.
Okay.
Yeah. Big learning curve there.
And you said it's a ministry, so it's part of a church that kind of helps put this on, or?
No, it's not part of a church. We have a statewide office, so we started 60 years ago with the boys' home.
Oh, okay.
And then it just kind of grew. So it's not a church, even though we partner with churches, and we're non-denominational. So the word Baptist is there, but we're actually non-denominational.
Oh, okay. So where'd the Baptists come from? Just the old school?
The boys' home.
The boys' home? Oh, okay. Got it.
But we're proud of that, too. You know, we love our Baptists.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
we like to get to know our guests, as Yendi knows. We like to get into their history. So before we talk about your organization and what you do now, tell us, are you from Yuma? Did you grow up here, or where
I am
you
a
from?
Yuma native, yes, sr.
Wow.
I was born and raised country lane over there behind what was Super Kmart. So yeah, I born and raised here. I got married a Marine. And took me away, and then we thought we'll never come back to Yuma, but here we are back in Yuma, and we've retired here.
The good people tend to come back after even if they go away for a little bit.
You're coming back.
Yeah, yeah. So so tell us how you got into your line of work. How you first got into this line of work.
Yeah, like I said, it was back in 2006. We opened the pregnancy center, so I'll touch on that a little bit. So part of the pregnancy center is providing hope and care to those facing a planned or unplanned pregnancy. So we are faith-based, and so what we do is if you're thinking you might be pregnant, we'll do a test. We'll provide resources. What are your options at that point? It can be confusing with everything. You just heard you're pregnant. What do I do now? We have classes. We have resources. Prenatal care is really important to us. So we started there, and it just grew and grew. And then we started with parent aid services, where we partner with the Department of Child Safety.
Right.
Shout out to them in Yuma. They're amazing. We have a great team at DCS and led by Mary McGee. She's phenomenal. And then we got foster care, and we started with 2 families, and we have 15 families now. At one point we had 40, but then as they adopt, they want to move on for some reason. So we have 15 families right now, 16 children are in care, and we provide support. We get them licensed.
Yeah,
it takes 4 to 6 months. So we are faith-based. So we do approach it from that. We're looking for Christian families to provide that environment, that Christian environment, and if that's not part of your lifestyle, there's 2 other great agencies in Yuma that we can refer you to.
Sure.
Yeah.
So if you had to ballpark how many women you've helped, or how many couples, families, over, because you have about 20 years in this industry, how many would you say that is here locally in Yuma County?
Well, through the pregnancy center, we see 300 families a month.
A month?
A month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So we don't just do pregnancy tests. So if you have a 4-year-old and you're struggling with clothes, or you have a baby and you're struggling with diapers, and I'm trying, it takes 2 jobs. Gas is expensive. Food is expensive. So we help you with clothes, diapers, wipes. If you're about to have a baby and you're like, I don't have a car seat, take a class, take 4 classes. We'll provide that to you. So ballpark, getting back to your question, sorry. I don't know if I could put a number on it,
But 300 a month times 20, do the math.
Yeah. And then our foster care
6,000.
families, and then our parent aid families. And
She's very busy.
Big
Yes,
impact.
very much so. And then do you depend on community donations, or where do you get your funding from? Is that from the state, from private donations?
Okay, through the pregnancy center, all of the services are free. So we do depend on our amazing Yuma community, which is phenomenal. So the donations that come in, they come in almost daily. Our volunteers go through it. They're amazing. They go through it, make sure it's usable, that we can give it back out to the families. And then so that part is free. And then we get private donors who give to us. Churches are a big supporter to us. They'll either do what we call a baby bottle campaign, where churches will take 100 bottles. You take the bottle home, you fill it with change, bring it back, and all that money goes back into our free services.
Yeah.
We also do a fundraiser every year, a color run. So that's back. We did it in January. It was phenomenal. We had 200 people there, and it was just so much fun. So that's part of our
What do you see more of a need in terms of donations? I'm guessing diapers, formula, what else?
All those things. Formula is a big thing because WIC is great, but it doesn't cover the need. It's a help, and that's basically what we do. It's a help. It doesn't cover the whole thing, but we're helping the family. We want them to get healthy and stand alone.
Yes.
So that's one of the biggest needs is formula, diapers. If you're cleaning out your kid's closet spring break, bring them over. We'll take them.
Yes, that's very much, because right now is the spring break, as you mentioned, and so, it's important for people to, as they're, doing their spring cleaning.
We don't sell it. It goes right back into our families that need it.
Yeah, and then, because I know some organizations have a thrift store. Is that something that you have right now, or no?
We don't have a thrift store. Okay. Like I said, we don't sell it for profit. We depend on the community to help us, and Yuma never lets us down.
Yes.
It's a great community. So we've built, Adriana is the director, and she's built a lot of strong relationships within the community, and we get monthly support. We also have, if we have a qualifying foster care tax credit, which goes into the whole ministry. So April, tax time. If you want dollar for dollar tax credit, you can choose us, and that goes into our ministry as well.
Okay. And so let's take a step back. So going back to, you've been here in Yuma. How have you seen the community change over the years?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I even remember my first pregnancy test I did. It's changed a lot. We used to be on Thunderbird Plaza on 4th Avenue, a small office, really, bare bones. One of our core values is being a good steward of what God's been giving us. So we stretch, we can squeeze a penny, let me tell you. So it's changed a lot. We've gotten, And people think we get a lot of teen pregnancies, but we don't. It's mostly college-age women that come in for help. And so we've seen that trend just stay kind of the same, even though we would love to see more teens come in. We're actually going to be at Kofa High School at the end of the month to talk to them. But we just want them to know we're here to support the community, non-judgmental, confidential.
Yes.
Yeah.
So community outreach is part of it. You mentioned like going to Kofa, and then maybe you go to other schools as well. Tell us about that.
We would love to get into the schools, but it's by invitation only. Sometimes because we're faith-based, they may shy away from it. But we do approach it from a, community resource. It's a free resource. We do pray for it with our clients, but if they refuse that, that's okay.
Right. And as you said, it's something that needs to be talked about, right? Because if you don't talk about it, that kind of people are shy or they don't want to come
It's still
forward.
a subject that people shy away from,
Right.
and there's no need.
Right.
It's part of humanity, and we provide that to students. We want them to know what's out there, how you can avoid it, what can we do to help you, give you tools to do that.
Right. And if teenagers or young women need that, need those services, they need to, know what's out there and what their options are in terms of whether it's you or other organizations.
Yeah, we have a large referral unit. If we can't help you, we know someone who can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, you kind of mentioned about you don't see a lot of teens. You're saying because they're nervous or scared or afraid of the judgment, or there's just not a lot of teens that are pregnant?
I think it's a dual thing. I think they don't know about us, so therefore they don't know where to go. And then also, they might be worried about, are they going to tell my parents? Is it going to be confidential? If she sees me out, she can be like, hey, no, it's completely confidential. We don't share any of that. If a parent were to call, we would neither confirm nor deny they were there. We encourage them to tell their parents because they need that support. You're not alone in this. And you'll be surprised how many parents will be like, you're okay. We're going to get through it together.
Right.
So.
Before we get into Yendi, your work with the Arizona Supreme Court, remind our listeners about your history. You're not originally from Yuma, but you've been here for a little bit. But tell us how you got to Yuma.
A Marine that I married.
Yeah.
Funny thing that we do. They're so handsome. And here we are, 8 years in and not leaving. You're stuck with me.
Right. And so, as we mentioned before when you were on the show, you're from Cuba. Your family came to Florida, and then you ended up in Portland, Oregon.
No, we went straight to Portland, Oregon. Because why not go from the Caribbean to the Northwest? Yeah. So we went straight to the Northwest, and then we've been around the country being active duty.
Right.
And there's no place like Yuma. And so we love it. But that's how we got here.
Right. And then you settled in Yuma, and now one of the things you do is you're a teacher at Yuma Catholic.
That's right.
Yeah. And so remind our listeners what you teach, who you work with, that kind of thing.
Sure. So I teach English for the freshmen at Yuma Catholic. I used to coach here, too, around the community. I've subbed in several of our districts. And so, I just love the community here. Yeah.
What have your students taught you about, life, teaching, patience, anything like that you want to share?
Not to assume, right? Because every kid is different. The way they learn is different. What they've been through is also different. Every family history is just different, too.
Yeah.
So I try to get to know them and try to teach them where they're at and hopefully have them see the future potential that they have within them, God-given.
Right.
And also they teach me very cool lingo.
Yes.
Yeah, they're ruining my English while I'm trying to fix theirs, but
Yes.
I'm very hip. I can definitely hang with them.
Definitely.
Yeah, kids definitely have a different language, right? Sometimes when they have all these terms and you're like, what are you saying, yeet? Or
I can totally understand. And then I say it back to them and they're so cringed. There's just so, it's horrible. I'm like, well, maybe now you'll stop saying it.
They don't like it when you do it, though, huh?
Oh, no. Miss Parker, how many sentences in a paragraph? I don't know, 6, 7?
Oh, 6,
They go
7.
nuts.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Who knows what that means? But.
And so obviously every school has its own community, but again, what would you say sets the Yuma Catholic community apart? You have the faculty, staff, students, alumni.
Sure. Our belief in Christ and our Bible-focused teaching and community that we build within that, and also helping the kids to see community around them and to do volunteer service. We really push for that. And we also push for further their education and see that potential growth. I think those are the 3 key things that set us apart. It's part of a mission statement.
Yes. And so I'm thinking that we had 2 days ago we had someone on the show who was an alumni from Yuma Catholic, Frankie Sandoval. I don't know if you taught her.
Yes.
It's a small school, so
it is.
You
It was a
probably
small
know.
town. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now she's going to University of San Diego, but she's also she's had a business where she's you may know she resells basketball shoes, basketball sneakers.
Wow, that's
Yuma
so cool.
Kicks. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, that's her. Anyone else? Yeah, Johnny, did you want to?
What's that? So no, we can take a break right now, though.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about the work you both are doing now in terms of helping the community and what you do.
All right. With that, we're going to take a break. You'll be back. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Bopping to the new beats heard around the world, or relaxing to the tunes of Memory Lane. We are your non-commercial source of music. Run by volunteer hosts, this is KOFA Border Radio, 94.7 FM, 1320 AM, on the COFA app, or at borderradioaz.org.
What's Up Yuma Radio is sponsored in part by Nova Home Loans, serving Yuma County and nearby communities. Nova Home Loans offers residential lending services, including home loans and refinancing. They are also proud supporters of local community efforts and organizations. More information is available at novahomeloansyuma.com.
You are tuned to 94.7 FM KOFA Border Radio. I'm Cecilia Hollins-Braithwaite from the KWC Newsroom. We're going to have a sunny day in Yuma with an afternoon high of 87 degrees. Winds are westerly at 5 to 10 miles per hour, but could gust up to 20 tonight. Mostly clear skies with a low around 59 degrees. A former men's basketball player at Arizona Western College in Yuma is leading his current team into the NCAA Tournament's Final Four this Saturday. Michigan's Yaxa Lendeborg, number 23, will play in the University of Arizona versus Michigan game in Indianapolis. You can watch the game on TNT. More on this at KAWC.org.
Got wheels you don't need? KAWC and Border Radio's car donation program takes more than just cars. We might take your trucks, RVs, buses, ATVs, motorcycles, maybe even that Humvee or dusty old tractor. Your donation supports local programming and clears out your garage. So learn more at kawc.org/cars.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, we're seeing if a certain feeling is shared. Is the vibe off?
I'd certainly say so.
At the beginning of the semester, it was packed, but like half the people are not there.
The show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's
The Hotspot.
The Fort Yuma Rotary Club hosts Pars Under the Stars, a nighttime golf tournament, April 11th, starting at 4 p.m. at the Desert Hills Par 3 course. Teams will compete from sunset through early evening using glow-in-the-dark gear. Registration includes golf, dinner, and gear. Details at fortyumarotary.org/events.
KOFA Border Radio doesn't sound like any other radio station in Yuma. We are a non-commercial source for music from around the world, across the decades and local artists. Our hosts are volunteers. If you would like to get involved, send an email to music@borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here with
Sheryl VanHorn. She's office administrator for the Arizona Baptist Children's Services. She's also the director for the New Life Pregnancy Center. And Yendi Parker, foster care advocate for the Arizona Supreme Court Foster Care Review Board. That's a mouthful.
Yes, it is. And Yendi was telling me what to do to help my voice. So there's like something, a medicine ball or something. I don't know.
And probably honey or tea or something, and rest.
Yeah.
If you can, if Johnny can rest.
I got to be back at the fair on Friday doing stuff again. So yeah, I got to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so we were talking before about the program that you both are with. And so tell us more again about the Arizona Baptist Children's Services, how people can find out about that, and again, what services are, focused.
Sure. So you can go to abcs.org, and it highlights all of our ministries. The one thing that we haven't talked about yet is the Arms of Love Foster Care, and that's where I met Yendi through adoption journey. So we license families to be foster parents.
What does that mean? To license somebody?
Yeah, it's, through the state, there's requirements. And so we license them from start to finish and provide all that support because it can be hard to navigate. A lot of it is you don't understand it. So it's a 4 to 6 month long process. It's not fast. And you don't want it to be fast. You want it to be something, we want it to be something our parents are ready to do, equipped to do, feel comfortable doing before they receive a
Go
child.
into that a little bit. You said ready. Is it sometimes that people think they're ready and then maybe in that course, that process, they're not?
Yeah, DCS has some orientation videos, so I encourage you to watch that if you have an interest in it. They're well done. But, these are children that have faced trauma. And so once they get into that and see some of that, they have to really take a step back and see, do I have the capacity to meet the needs of a special needs child or a child that's facing, has had trauma in their past. And, it comes out in behaviors. So if you have other children in your home, you got to factor that in. Your whole family has to be on board when you agree to be licensed because it's a family decision.
You're really just setting me up for success, our family, and also the child is really what they're there to do to make sure that you're prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and lots of trainings.
Lots of training, and it definitely takes a special person to do these things. I've heard somebody is a neighbor of somebody, but they're like, oh, those kids are always in trouble, and that family, those kids. And then I was like, you guys don't have no idea. That family is taking in kids that are high risk, and these kids come with some baggage, and they're doing their best. And because I know the family, but to the neighbor, they're just like, oh, there's a bunch of bad kids over there. They need to get their kids. And it's like, no, they're doing their best. And they're bringing these kids in with a troubled past or didn't have the best family environment growing up. So it definitely takes some patience and some training. So you do your best to try to get them ready for that and equip them.
Yeah, we put them through a lot of trainings. One of them is trauma-informed care, where they realize, if this child does that, we call it the honeymoon period, where the child comes home and everything's great and they love you, and then that's over, and then you start to see some of the past come up with them and, different behaviors and where did that come from? Well, we want them to know to expect that, and if you don't, great, but you're prepared and you know what to do when that happens. And so it's really important for us to prepare the family. We won't place a child in their home until we're absolutely certain that they're ready to do it. And we actually call it's a calling on your life. It's a ministry. It's not for everybody. We tell them, if you decide midstream, Sheryl, I can't do it, that's okay. That's okay. I want you to tell me ahead of time, because we don't want to get down the road and we call it disruptions. You have a child for a month and you're like, come get them. We don't want that. We don't want to re-traumatize a child by moving them. Some of the children, we had one little girl, 47 times she had moved. She was 12.
Whoa.
47 homes.
Jeez.
I know where I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
Right.
She doesn't know. And so it could be different. So just thinking as an adult how scary that would be for a child who that's their life. They come with a trash bag or nothing. And so if you're not called to do it, we call it surround care, where, I don't want to be a foster parent. That's not for me. But you can provide surround care. You can, hey, I'm going to take them for a Saturday afternoon. Go out to dinner with your spouse. Go get your nails done. There's things that you can do. Take a meal. Hey, I'm gonna watch them so you can just go grocery shopping. So there's lots of things that you can do if you're not called to do it.
You can help those that are doing it.
Yeah,
I think the first time I met you, I told her that we understand this is not a Hallmark movie. We understand that there's going to be really hard, difficult moments. It's not going to be all great. But I will say that kids are extremely resilient and they're strong. And the minute that you put them in an environment that you're just loving them and you're just giving him some basic needs that they have, and they know that they can trust you and that you're not going anywhere, they will do amazing things and they can make it through.
Yeah, but it has to be that real love, right? Because love,
Agape.
And then you mentioned the spiritual base, no record of wrong, which is a very difficult thing for people to do. No record of wrong.
Right.
I think that's in Corinthians. And it's really because it's like you could get fed up and you keep those records and then you're going to be, okay, time to go. You got to take it, right? But that real love does overcome and is very powerful. So Yendi, you have kids, correct?
Yeah, we have 3 kiddos at home. And to what you were saying, we just knew the minute that our next child would come home, they would be ours. There's no going back.
So then how did you come to this decision? Like you want to do this and want to be involved?
Yeah, so I know you had mentioned that it takes a special person. We're not special. We're not perfect either. It honestly just got to a point where it was harder not to do it than to do it, because it is nerve-wracking. It was harder to not finally do that, like, and give in to the weight in our heart that we wanted to bring in a child into our home. We have our 3 biological children, and just knowing that there's children out there that don't have basic just love, someone that cares for them, that wants what's best for them, and knowing that we have the capacity to bring in a kid just by helping them coming to our home, helping them know that they're part of our family, taking them to school, helping them with homework, feeding them, something so basic, giving them advice, and you could change the entire trajectory of their life.
Yes.
And knowing that they have someone to come home to for Christmas, right? For those older teens too that are out for adoption. So it became harder not to do it because, it's not easy. It's a little scary, but there's nothing special about us. Anybody can do this. We're called to do it.
Yes.
If for some reason there's something within you that just doesn't, again, like Sheryl was saying, there's other ways that you can support those in our community in Yuma that are doing it.
So we have a couple minutes left, but tell us how the Arizona Supreme Court Foster Review Board, where they fit into this. I think I got it right.
Victor, you're saying that so well. It's because your wife is a lawyer. You've
Yes.
learned that.
And I have my notes too, but yes.
We can just say FCRB. Does that help?
Okay, FCRB.
FCRB, we're cool with acronyms.
So where does FCRB come into the equation?
Sure. So I wanted to, while we're waiting to see what we have down the road as far as foster adoption, I wanted to still volunteer. And with teaching, sometimes that's difficult with my schedule. So I looked for a place where I can volunteer and do this, and FCRB came up. We are appointed by the Supreme Court, and we meet about every other month for the entire day, and we're reviewing cases of kids in foster care within our state. And really, we're just there to ensure that their basic needs are being met, and there's also strong progress in their case. So we are an advocate for them, and we meet if they have a CASA representative, we meet with them, we meet with their case manager or their biological family, or the current home that they're placed in. We just want to make sure that education and medical and social, everything, there's progress going toward the end goal of that child having that permanent home. We hope that is back with their family. That's what we try to have happen.
That's the goal.
Yes, but we look at everything that's going on, because at the end, it's just to ensure that kid is going somewhere that is good for them.
I don't know what organization it is, because there's nothing on the door, and I'm bringing it up because it's right next to my office. But right next to my office is a place where I know kids get reunited with their parents that have been taken away, the kids that had taken away, and they just go in there and they play for a little while, and then they just visits, and they're like supervised visits, and then afterwards it's like, all right, bye mom, I love you. And it's like, but the first one I got in my office, and I could hear it through the walls. It's really heartbreaking to hear this. It's like, Mom, I missed you, this and that. And, the mom comes with some toys, and they play for a little while. It's like, all right, I'll see you next week and stuff like that. What organization is that? Do you know? That typically does that stuff?
That's through the Department of Child Safety. So, and it's through license agencies too. So DCS, they have to make that decision to remove the children due to whatever circumstance unsafe, and that's like a last resort. They do their best to keep the children in the home because children need that. So once it goes through, the process of the courts and everything, they'll get ordered, 2 days a week, 2 hours each day, so they get time with their kids, and so that's part of their requirements in order to get their children back. So they have to be consistently visiting their children during that time. And so
consistent. And then, and you said the goal is always tried to get the kids back with their parents,
if at all possible.
But if possible, and sometimes that's not possible, and a judge makes that decision.
Correct. And so part of what we do is give our recommendation, because kids are resilient, but they're also very forgiving. And at the end of the day, we know we just need to make sure that they're in a place where they can stay forever.
Yeah, and you mentioned forgiving, so that's where it has to be that oversight. It's like resilient, but then maybe forgiving, but then some oversight says I still don't think this is a good idea, making that decision.
Again, going back to just doing what's best for the kid, and sadly there's kids that are in a family where they're not doing that for the child, and so we step in as community members and try to help them. And anybody can serve on the FCRB. There's one in every county in the state. Some larger counties have more than one board, and they meet about once a month or every other month. So it makes it convenient for anybody that really wants to serve. You can apply online with FCRB, and you go through a vetting process. It's not intimidating at all. It's very low key, and you're able to serve.
And how many people are on locally? Do you know?
It's 5 members per board. And some of the members of my board are throughout this area, not even in Yuma. I think I'm the only one in Yuma.
Oh, okay.
And we're meeting online.
Oh, you meet online.
Yes,
Okay, it's like a Google Meet or something like
Correct.
that. And you get together, okay, and make those decisions.
Right. We have to, it's by Arizona statute that kids in foster care have to have their case reviewed every 6 months. So we're ensuring that to help to make sure nothing falls to the cracks, to have more eyes on the case.
Yeah.
Well, Yendi, you do a lot. So thank you so much for everything you do.
Caffeine.
Yeah,
Caffeine and Jesus.
Yeah, you got your coffee
That's
over here. And you set this interview up today. I really appreciate it. Forgive me for my voice today and stuff. But this stuff is real close to my heart. I really appreciate it. I want to be in CASA when I get, when I'm able to retire a little bit and not so
CASA,
busy.
yeah.
But, I've some of my best friends were adopted in foster care and incredible people. So it's really close to my heart. But thank you guys, both of you, for what you do. I really appreciate
Real
it.
quick, so Cheryl, if you can remind our listeners and viewers where they can get information on the Arizona Baptist Children's Services and the New Life Pregnancy Center.
Absolutely. So our website is abcs.org, and then you can call our office 928-726-5568, and we can point you in the right direction there.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
And with that, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back with Marizza and Raquel. They are from Revival Fix. It's a vintage clothing store in downtown Yuma. We're going to take this break. We'll be back. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here at 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Run by music lovers like yourselves, KOFA Border Radio has what you need. A non-commercial home filled with music heard from all over the world. Tune in at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM on the KOFA app or at borderradioaz.org.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, crafted in Welton, inspired by the desert, offering scratch-made food, handcrafted beers, live music, and experiences like farm tours and glamping. Location information, the schedule of events, and details on the range of options to be enjoyed are at hightanks.com.
From KAWC, this is Siendo Primero. I'm Sajei Bárcenas.
And I'm Melanie Ruiz Lopez. In this episode, we'll be talking about AI, artificial intelligence.
I use AI all the time to help me with difficult questions, coming up with study prompt.
There's a lot of questions that I had, and I was able to use AI for it.
I do let students in that class use it to translate.
A new energy with the same mission.
To give students a voice.
For KAWC News, I'm Alexandra Rangel. The Yuma Police Department is warning about a recent stalking incident. Police confirmed a 19-year-old man was arrested last week in connection to a stalking investigation that spanned over several years. Police say the stalking began about 6 years ago after a now 21-year-old woman cut off contact with a man she met on an app called Discord, who then allegedly began sending the threatening messages. Investigators say the suspect was identified as Philip Labinski, a U.S. citizen living in Denmark. Authorities say the man traveled from Denmark to Yuma on multiple occasions between 2022 and 2025 to stalk the woman. Police say the young man even moved to Yuma last year and enrolled at a local high school. With assistance from the FBI, officers arrested Lipinski at an apartment complex near South Avenue A. Anyone with information is urged to contact Yuma Police. I'm Alexandra Rangel.
I'm Public Radio Runner. Join me for Bonus Smiles, the show sharing the stories and playlists that fuel runners. Why? Because the rando cheering you on at a mile 77 aid station is the same kind of person who supports local public radio. Join us every Saturday at 5 a.m. on KOFA at 94.7 FM for stories that soothe and jams that power long runs.
Exactly how does Border Radio bring you some of the most incredible music on the planet? Listener support. Donations from people who care. Your support is an investment in the powerful idea that handcrafted songs from yesterday and today should be accessible, relevant, and always playing for everyone. Visit borderradioaz.org to support the music, and thanks.
Tuned in to Border Radio KOFA. We are your local public radio station that celebrates the power of music to bring people together.
You can see our playlists, listen to our live stream, and listen to past programs on demand on the Kofa app. Find it at your favorite app store.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by
Marizza and Raquel with Revival Fix. Thank you for being here this morning.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Just want to mention it's a vintage clothing store, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything
yes.
is vintage
Wait
or
a minute.
secondhand. Yeah.
We're going to get down to the bottom of why you opened up this store. But yes, we like to get to know our guests. So go ahead, Victor.
Yeah, so, I don't know if you heard the first segment, but we like to get to know our listeners, our guests, where they're from. So tell us about, you're not originally from Yuma. Where are you from?
No, I'm original from
Can you get a little closer to the mics? Yeah, right up to it.
Like
Yeah.
this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm originally born in Ensenada, Mexico, which I miss the weather and my family. But yeah, I born and raised over there. I had a wonderful childhood. I grew up until I was 18 years old. Then I moved to United States.
Mm-hmm. Was it to Yuma first or?
No, to San Diego.
Okay.
I got married and then moved in San Diego and stayed there for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually my husband got promoted. He was working in a construction company, sprinkle systems. And then his boss asked him, do you want to move to Yuma? It's a better opportunity. You're going to be running the company over there. And then he came, asked me, I'm like, yeah, let's go. It's better for the family. Let's go. So we moved to Yuma. And then Marizza was 4 years old. So practically she's from Yuma. Yuma baby.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, so you said Ensenada, that's where you're from?
Yes, I'm from Ensenada.
And you said you missed the weather. What's the weather like over there?
Like San Diego weather.
That's what I was wondering if it's like San Diego.
Yes.
And then you go from Ensenada to San Diego, and then your husband says, hey, let's go to Yuma. Did you know how hot it gets here when you said yes?
I didn't know.
No?
Yeah. But now I'm so used to it.
You're used to it? Yeah. No. Yeah. You definitely. It takes some getting used to, but at first,
definitely.
Yeah. We had a guest here, I think, earlier this week, and they said San Diego is a place. It was what's her name? Frankie.
Frankie. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Frankie.
student. Yeah. So she goes to college in San Diego,
and she said San Diego is known for having the best weather in the world. So you went from the best weather in the world to 115, 116 degree heat. But you said you did it for the betterment of your family.
Yes. That's why I emigrated to the United States for better opportunities, and we have been doing good. My husband eventually working here for how many years in this company? Probably he worked like 5 years in the in the company that he was doing, and then eventually he started
18.
18 counting in San Diego, but running here in Yuma 5 years, and then he took a big jump into starting his own business. So that's what encouraged us to start our own business too.
Oh, okay. And so what business did he start? You can go ahead and give it a shout out. Your husband.
Oh, my husband, he does sprinkle systems.
Oh, sprinkler systems? Okay.
And his name, Rockfire Systems.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So he's a bit of an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And then you said, okay, if he could do it, I definitely could do it. Is that kind of what happened?
We all started in his company. Actually,
you all worked there.
Yes, and actually Marizza helped us a lot. She was 15 years old, and she learned a lot about bookkeeping, accounting. He was working with hand in hand with an accounting here locally, and she teaches us a lot about administration. And but we did all three together.
You did it together. So, and then how long until you started Revival Fix? When did that come into play?
We started after COVID.
Okay.
We started selling on Instagram first.
Okay.
And then after we saw a lot of people following us, and then they were want to shopping, they start telling us, "Oh my God, this is really good quality and really great price." And then eventually Marizza's like, "Why don't we start renting a small place?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." So we rent a small place on 4th Avenue, which we did really good. But the parking was getting a little bit small because customers start coming up. And then one day we went to Cafecito, drink coffee, and Marizza was walking by Main Street, and she saw this building, and she's like, "Mom, what if we move here?" I'm like, I was so scared. I'm like, that's another level from very small, and then take a big jump into this huge business, more rent, more of everything, more inventory.
Yeah, more inventory,
more everything.
So I just have to, so whose idea was it to open this up? It was your mother and daughter team. So
she's pointing to her daughter. Yeah, for those that can't see on the screen. But so like growing up, were you like into vintage clothing? Like going through school, like did you make your own or like buy like used clothes versus like going like with what the kids were wearing or whatever?
Well, I've always loved to shop.
Yeah.
I was always shopping. But my grandma, my tias, my mom, they were all thrifting. And so I was in the little shopping cart always there.
Yeah.
And I love thrifting because of that. Because it came from my family and better prices. Yeah, a lot better prices. I can get like 10 items with, if I went to the mall, I would get 1 item. So I'm like, no, I'll go thrifting. I get more worth it.
More bang for your buck. And,
yes.
And there's brands out there too, like, people like to thrift shop because you can find like sort of like those hidden gems, like, oh, I didn't know that they had this, blouse or Nike shoes or whatever. So
I have a question. Is there like a secret to thrifting? Like you got to go to the right place or give me some insight, but don't give too much away.
The secret. I don't think there's a secret. I think it's just right time when you go.
Yeah.
I've been going forever since I was a little girl. So now I kind of just feel the fabric too, and I already know if it's like good quality. We thrift cotton, linen, silk, cashmere, all those expensive quality items. But I don't think there's a secret. It's just you show up, you have a vision in your mind of what you're kind of looking for, and you hope for the best.
Yeah.
It's like a scavenger hunt for me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And it started for you, like you said, personally, right? And then mom, same thing, that you would go and you would thrift shop, and then those would be your clothes that you would wear?
Yes. I got raised by a single mother, which she had her business, but she had 3 girls, me and my 2 sisters. So sometimes it was a struggle, So for her to buy all 3 girls the things that we need to go to school or something. And she always liked quality items, like you say, silk, cotton, all those items that last forever. And they're expensive at stores, but at thrift stores you can find them. And it will last you forever. So
that's kind of interesting, like to think about. Like you said, she liked a certain quality, but it's expensive here. But if you go over here, that same quality, but just at a different price.
Yes, definitely.
Everything's already here.
Yeah, and our store everything is curated. Like
curated. So I want to touch on that real quick. So you're saying you started online on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So you went out to curate, and then you like put pieces together or pictures of pieces that you would like mix and match to create certain cute outfits or something?
Yeah, well, I also love going to the mall.
Okay.
And so I like to do both. So I also know very good brands. Like you said, you go and you find the brands. Recently I found a Dolce & Gabbana skirt at the thrift store for $8. So it's like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
And I've also found Roberto Cavalli, like a whole bunch of like designers you can find.
Yeah.
And kind of how we started was, since we already had those likes kind of in the vintage clothes, like you can find the vintage t-shirts as well, the single stitch band t-shirts, all those. So we already kind of had the vision, and we kind of just put it on Instagram and said, oh, this is like, we say it kind of like the history as well, like
Yeah.
1997 or 19 blah, blah, blah. And then we kind of just put the quality item and everything, and we kind of know what the market is too.
Yeah.
So that depends a lot too. Whatever the market is what we're thrifting
And
as
then
well.
you pay attention to fashion. You said like the
Yes.
names. So you got the names and you look at the market, you see what people are wearing.
Yeah.
And then you go out and you're like, oh, wow, they're wearing this. Like
Yes.
I could take this and,
Yeah.
$8. And then you mark it up to, because you found it, you put it together.
Yeah.
And then they're still getting a deal
Yes.
on top of
Yeah.
it, right?
Because like with our friend Frankie who resells shoes,
Yeah, shoes,
basketball
yeah.
shoes, people want the name, right? They want the Jordans or they want
Yeah.
whatever, brand, Cavalli or whatever you mentioned. But you don't have to pay full retail. You can still get that. And if you don't even have to get the brand, you can also get something that looks similar, but you don't have to pay full retail price. Why should you do that? Save money.
Yeah. You guys are convincing me. I want to do this. My son came. He's like, Dad, I want these pants. I'm like, oh, how much? $150. I'm like, what? $150 for pants? Like, what are you talking about? And that's how much his shoes were that he just wanted. So maybe this thrifting might be a good idea.
It is. Yeah.
No, and a lot of the young generation, they're very conscious about the environment and the mass production.
Because it's all sustainable.
Yes.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break. Do you want to say something?
No, we'll get back into that about sustainable after the break.
Absolutely. And I just want to say this is part of Kim Hannon helped set this up. Kim Hannon, part of the women entrepreneurs that she goes out and finds. I guess maybe she walked into your store or something.
Yes,
Well, we've known her for a
You've
while
known her
on
for a while?
Instagram and everything. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to give a shout out to her. She's incredible. Thank her for helping to put on this show. And with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
This is Border Radio, KOFA, your passport to your global destination for music. We are your local public broadcasting station that can be heard through your radio at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM, on the KOFA app, and at borderradioaz.org.
What's Up Yuma Radio is sponsored in part by Nova Home Loans, serving Yuma County and nearby communities. Nova Home Loans offers residential lending services, including home loans and refinancing. They are also proud supporters of local community efforts and organizations. More information is available at novahomeloansyuma.com.
The weather forecast for Quartzsite, Parker, and Yuma says it'll be a sunny, breezy day with afternoon highs near 87 degrees. Winds are mostly out of the west-southwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour, but could gust as high as 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low around 58 degrees.
There is so much advice about decluttering, like the Marie Kondo method, where you ask yourself, does this item spark joy? Well, donating a vehicle that you don't need anymore to KAWC and Border Radio is an easy way to help us bring you the programs that bring you joy. And it's a great way to declutter. Learn more at kawc.org/cars.
I'm Maria Hinojosa. Next time on Latino USA, we get real with the real estate dolls. Miss Jamie and Cassandra tell us about their road to becoming viral and how they're fighting back against discrimination in Texas, where everything is bigger, including transphobia. That's next time on Latino USA.
Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
One of our donors, Rebecca, shared, as a flight attendant, I love listening to Border Radio when I'm home in Yuma, but the best part is I can take it with me on the app when I'm away. Border Radio lets me carry a piece of home wherever I go. Join listeners like Rebecca by visiting donate.borderradioaz.org and contribute today.
Turn on Border Radio KOFA 94.7 FM and cross musical borders every day. From new indie discoveries to timeless classics, listener-supported Border Radio brings you music you won't hear anywhere else. Live, local, and online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here joined by
Marizza and Raquel with Revival Fix.
Yes, and you left off, we were talking about sustainability, or what was that?
Yes. Yeah, so obviously, you know, it's good for the environment, too, to reuse clothes or like to lightly use or even heavily used clothes. But talk about why that's so important, in your opinion.
Everything, I think everything we already need or like for clothing and for honestly decor too is already out here in the world. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we need to be producing more things, everything. And the beautiful thing about thrifting and everything is you save it from the landfill and it's not going to the trash or anything. And items were made way better back then. The quality is way better.
Wow, yeah, that's kind of interesting to think about that, the quality being better. And I don't know what Netflix documentary it is, but there's a documentary about where all the clothes go, right?
Yeah.
And it's all on a beach or something. You guys, have you seen that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and it goes there, but it goes there to keep the supply and demand in a certain place. Like you can't have people, you know, walking around with this brand Dolce & Gabbana that they try to keep it out of the thrift stores because they don't want a certain class of people to wear their clothes, so they just ship them over there and it ends up in the ocean, which is absolutely crazy. But you're saying, yes, it's important to do this. It's already out there. Let's continue to get this, and it's made and it's cheaper.
You're saving money. Yes.
It makes sense. Like, why not? Yeah.
You know, and I'm in marketing, so I understand marketing, and what they do is create a fear of missing out. Like if you don't have the new, the new one that does this or looks like this, it's like that's the old one. You don't want the old one anymore. You want the new one, and that's what everybody's doing. And the Hollywood wears it and stuff, and they're like, I need the new one. And I can't have the old one. It's so old and passé. But then there's also room. Vintage is its own style anyway, right?
Well, now it's the new thing. It's,
okay.
Yes.
That's
Old
the
is
new
new.
thing. If you're not
Old is
thrifting, you're not cool. It's,
Really? That's like
yeah. All the high school, we have a lot of high school students go in and they say, oh, like, we love thrifting. Everybody's more conscious now.
Okay.
Yes.
And how old are you?
I am 24.
You're 24. and is that part of your generation as well? That was that, or is it now you're seeing more and more of the high school kids?
I think so. When I was a lot younger, it wasn't popular. When I was in middle school, I would get made fun of if I went to the thrift store. It's like some people would catch me there and be like, "Oh, she just went. I saw her at the thrift store." I was like, "Well, if you saw me, you were there too."
Well, but for me, like growing up, that was the thing. I didn't grow up wealthy or anything, so like I wore whatever we could get at the thrift store, and I got made fun of for it, and so like it traumatized me, right, to never do it. That's why I wear these Dixon flannels every day of my life. But it's like it really did. It made a mark on me because I was like, oh, like this is what they're wearing, and I don't have this. My Adidas had 4 stripes instead of 3 and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a little off-brand or something.
It was off-brand, and then the kids were like, ah ha ha, you know. But you're saying now the kids are more conscious, they're more aware, and they're saying like, if you're not doing this, you're not part of the in crowd.
Yeah, now it's the popular thing to do.
And so now like
switch.
Yeah, now even like retail stores, they're catching in on it, right? Like so they're like the old like tour T-shirts or whatever, or the old designs, like the brands.
They want to do it.
The bands, or like stuff from the 90s, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for like our age, Johnny. Like those are coming back, and so like you'll see those like in not just in vintage stores, but also in like the retail stores.
Oh yeah,
because that's like cool, and it's like retro, but whether they're new or not.
Well, I just saw Ralph Lauren launched like a vintage line.
So he's jumping on board.
Ralph Lauren is doing it.
And so have you looked at it? Have you seen any of the stuff?
They do like Harley Davidson shirts and
we
stuff.
We went to LA and they have this
we went to LA because we're like, oh, I want to see this. Like, and they had Harley Davidson shirts that I sell for like $30. They had them for like $80 or like $150. I was like, oh.
Now, do these shirts, do they like look faded too? Do they have that kind of? Yeah, it's so weird.
They want them thrashed.
That's the cool thing. Like I cannot do it. I wear a black shirt and I wash it 4 times and I got to throw it away. You know, it's like it can't be faded. But I'm wrong, or I'm the cool guy because my shirt still looks new. So you're saying they fade them on purpose, and then they go out and they charge $80 for something you could get at a thrift stop.
Yes, totally. Yeah, that's what everybody is doing now. And then the mall also has those like fake vintage tees too for the look and everything.
Some of the chain stores.
Yeah, I'm like, you can go to Goodwill.
And I think it's more like it's not a trend now. It's a complete movement.
It's a movement, not just a trend. It's a movement.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
incredible. You can
incredible.
see them in shows. You can see them like right now. They put thrifting shows on.
Oh yeah, there's like a new thrifting show. It's like a competition.
Yes.
show.
Okay.
Competition show. Yeah.
So hold on, wait a minute. It's like a reality TV show, like Cake
Thrifting.
Boss or something.
Yeah, exactly like that.
From TLC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except they're like doing thrifting challenges.
Yeah.
and going
Thrifting
out.
challenges.
Me and my mom were like, what? We want to be there. Yeah.
One more show.
I'm thinking of that Macklemore song, Thrift Shop, where he like made it cool to like go into a thrift store and whatever you can find. Like you're gonna find some gems for a couple dollars.
I used to play that song a lot when I was a DJ.
Yeah.
So okay, hold on, wait a minute. So have you found out who the producers of this show is and try to get on the show? Have you?
No,
not yet.
No.
Someday maybe.
Por qué no?
In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna message them now, but we don't.
No, you need to. I'm telling you right now, just do it. You never know.
And then so talk about. We have a couple minutes about home decor and how that sort of follows as well, because you do clothing and home decor, right?
Yes, it combined because probably the young people wants clothes, but also older people like me. They want things for her house.
Yeah, like pillows and things for like the couch, or like a rug, like a nice rug, or
like a nice vintage lamp. They're very expensive, and then you find them at Revival Fix. Yeah, brass. What else?
Copper pans, copper. Yeah.
Yes, and a lot of items you can find them there.
Okay.
Sofas
and decor runs expensive too.
Yes. So you can find all those goodies for your home decor. Yes.
And do you help people like with the decor, or you kind of put the pieces together in a nice picture on Instagram and stuff, or how does that work?
I used to do it on my home, my living room, and I put the whole things, the whole theme, everything. And that's why maybe people start following us because they like how I decorated.
Pottery Barn liked your photo.
Yeah, Pottery Barn liked my photo at the beginning. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I got so excited. But then at the store, I try to do the decor there. So people, when they come in, they can see the vision that I have.
Yeah, so then that's what I was going to say. We went from doing it on your phone, then now you got a location that they could come in and kind of see these different setups from time to time, whatever you're finding, different styles, those things. And where is your location? Where is this thing that you walked by and your daughter was like, hey, Mom, what if we're here?
Yeah, it's on 281 South Main Street.
We're in front of the Boys in Main Street, downtown.
In front of the Boys.
Yes.
So I know there's, what's it called? Rebel and Rove.
We're between one store is a escape room. And then it's me and Rebel and Rove.
Oh, okay. You're right over there.
We're neighbors.
You're neighbors. And how's downtown been treating you?
Oh, amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Yes.
Everyone
Really
is so sweet. It's a great
neighbors.
community. Yeah.
So you're down there experiencing success, something that was just an idea, something that was part of your culture growing up, something that was like a necessity, now turned into a whole movement, and you're able to kind of capitalize on that movement.
Yes, definitely. And we're like yin and yang. She's a businesswoman. Sometimes you don't see what's behind the business, and that's what behind all the license, the administration.
And that's your daughter. That's pretty interesting.
That's what she's studying. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so you're studying? Where you're going to school right now?
I'm going to NAU right here on campus.
Oh, okay.
And then I got my associates here at AWC with business administration, and then now I'm getting my bachelor's. Yeah, and then soon my master's.
Okay.
I graduated in May with my bachelor's.
Any bigger goal with that?
Well, I got a scholarship.
I
got a scholarship to go abroad and study my master's in Barcelona, and then another semester in Provence, France.
Oh, nice. Very, very cool. All right. So we are coming to the end of the show. Tell everybody again where they can find you on Instagram, Facebook, if you have a website, and that location one more time.
Yes, so the website is revivalfix.com. Our Instagram is revivalfix. And then we're on 281 South Main Street on Main Street downtown.
All right, so if you want to be cool with the cool kids, I guess you got to go over there and do that and thrift. And there we go. With that, it's time for that legal read. What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Arnellis, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia.
You can find out more about KOFA at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. Stay tuned for KOFA's Midday Music.
On tomorrow's program, we're going to have Dale Dumo as well as...
Veronica Shore.
Yes, Veronica. You remember Veronica.
Former co-host.
Yep.
You can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to book on the show, you go to whatsupyuma.biz. And once again, that's whatsupyuma.biz and hit that radio link. And we will see you tomorrow with our old co-host. It's going to be fun with Veronica. I'll try to have my voice back.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.